Greetings everyone. Today I am urged to explain my recent uploads in Russian, what I'm talking with the Russians. The big question is if Mongol history is true and Mongols dominated the known world for 200 years, where did they leave much influence? As you know, that the last Mongol empire, the Mughal Empire in India, was destroyed by British. Elsewhere, like near here, uh, in China, when Mongol Yuan Empire fell, in each and every city, Mongol soldiers, Mongol state officials, and people who worked with the Mongols were butchered, saying that we are getting rid of these barbarians. Especially in Korea, they even butchered their nobles, noble family, who were in a marriage with the Mongols. So this was some kind of national purification, something like that. So everyone doesn't like Mongols. That is a bad thing for a Mongolian. Mongolian needs a friend. Mongolian is desperately searching for a good, this noble neighbor. But the closest neighbor, Kazakhstan, constantly, this bitching about the Mongols. Mongols are illegally occupying Mongolia. Mongolia should be a Turkic land. Our ancestors have left this, this ruins and such, this something like that. And not only their propaganda is attacking Mongols, they also attacking Tatars in Russia, claiming that when a Golden Horde was conquered, Russians gave this Kazakh people name Tatar. That's why this Tatar identity is not correct, something like that. So this is very anti-historical propaganda. Recently, Ukrainians also claim that Russians are very influenced by us Mongolians. When we hear this stuff, what we are going to think? Russians, we left a lot of influence in Russia. I'm like, wow, wow, we must celebrate it. It's a good news for a Mongolian. So that's why in our current political, the system, USA, Korea and Japan is like being too far. And historically, Koreans didn't like Mongolians. Japanese also, no, they do not like Mongolians. They simply think it's better not to have, these Mongolians. No. So we find Russians to be somewhat, this mentally, culturally, and linguistically very close people, and we must, this maintain our bond, something like that. So, because of rise of Turkic propaganda, there is a tendency to claim everything. This is Turkic and this is Turkic and that is Turkic. And historically, some people were claimed to be Turks. For example, there was a people who called themselves Tele. From this word Tele comes word Telega, meaning this cart, and this English words like teleporting, television, or telepathy, something like that, some traveling in some kind of distance. And this name Tela, they claim that this is Proto-Turks, something like that. But why modern Turks doesn't use word tele or tele as a some kind of a wheeled cart, but only Russians use it. This word is very important for Mongolians because tele is a twin word of a tala. You have tele and you have tala. Tala means the steppe. So literally, these people's name is the name of the steppe, something like that. So these Turks, these Kazakhs, especially Kazakhs, claim that Golden Horde is a Turkic state, and even the word Golden Horde is a Turkic word. This is a nonsense. I know that in the very beginning, Golden Horde was a Mongol state. Obviously, in few generations, adopting Islam, living with all these Turkic tribesmen, this state became Turkic. But the beginning, the word Golden Horde, has to do with the some problem with the Zuchi. Zuchi had a problem with the legitimacy. His younger brothers saw something within his face, within his character. He wasn't the son of his father, Chinggis Khan. Some say he was had more humanity, saying that this why we are butchering and killing these people, why we are burning these cities. His brothers is like you don't know, yeah, you don't know because you are not the son of your father. It's the father. Chinggis Khan wants to destroy these cities, and you better shut up, something like that. So he was thinking how to boost his legitimacy. That's why he named his house Golden Bloodline, and he named his household Altan Ord. Ord means court. Ord means court. I will talk about it later. Everything starts with the word or. Or has many names. One of them is the bloodline, and or also means to enter. In English, if you say do or, it means to enter. That's why you have a door. Here in Mongolia, it's okay to or och. Orch means to enter. You will have this little thing written orch in our gates. It's the entrance. And from or we also create word hor. Hor means the soil. You English put s. You create shor. Shor here in Mongolia is shara, meaning the dirt. Shore is a seashore. It's a little bit different thing, but the general idea that it's a dirt is there. We create word like Hormasta, meaning the earth master. It's an equal name to Vladimir, the mastering of the world. Something like that. We also call world as Horva. Horva. It comes from a Russian krov, meaning shelter, and Russian krov is a English cover. You have this change the position of the word, and you have cover in Russian is krov. So or Ord means the court. You people have translated Mongolian word ord into horde. Why? Because in English word horde is some kind of army with the tents. It comes from this Roman word cohort, where it's a one tenth of a legion, where a bunch of men is working together and living in a yard. This word hort or court comes from an ancient Greek hortos. In our olden times, we also use it to say ord as ordos. The Ordos region exists in southern Mongolia, not here in Mongolia. So yeah, and court simply Ord. Ord is a place where the ruler live. The ancient Greek tyrant, the king, lives in Hortos. It's a similar thing. By explaining this, saying that apparently you Kazakhs or so-called Turkic people, you are not using this word ordo in your daily, this, how to say, basis, and you didn't name any building as a ordo. I'm giving them like bad, like this idea. Soon they will start to name things with the word ord. Here in Mongolia, government house is called ord, children's house is called ord, cultural houses are also called ord. So we use this word more because it's our Mongolian word. For example, there is a word When you say he you have hom. In Russian, it's de dom. In Mongolian, it's qol te. It's meaning home or the fireplace. Also, you can say aram. Aram means room. You say and you have a living space, room. And there is a tendency to add G. And when you say Aramji, it's going to be the capital city of Xinjiang, Urumqi. Urumqi simply means room, a place of, this shelter. This name was given by our relatives, the Jungarians. On internet, you will find this lots of this written, especially in Russian, about the Jungarian genocide, something like that, bad things, how this we Halkha Mongolians and Manchu did to them, something like that. But it was annoying to have a hostility from Chinggis Khan's time, and the hostility continued for 500 years. It is the same hostility between like Ukraine and Russia. So brother had to solve this like age-old, this problem of non-peace hostility. So even the word Altai is not a Turkic word. It's some international word. Some Slavic tribes will say zlata, meaning gold, and in Russian it's zolota, and if you go more towards the west, it will be golodo or gold. You have gold, and golden court is not a Turkic word. Well, this is pretty much for today, and this is what I was talking in my recent videos. Because of time, I'm also urged to say Happy New 2023, and may this year be more peaceful and more humane than the previous year. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.